Good morning, traders. This is your opening bell with me, Adam Harris. So it is Thursday, the 23rd of March, 2023. And just having a look at the market overall today. So first of all, let's go through the economic calendar. We do have early on in the morning, first of all, 10 a.m. UK time, we've got Leaders Summit out of Europe. We then have Tentative Bank of England inflation letter. And today, big one, at midday is the Bank of England's interest rate decision. So the expectation is a 25 basis point hike. So we'll see if that happens there, which means to some degree it's been priced in, but that doesn't mean the market isn't going to swing wildly if there's a surprise number, for example, or just in any case, so just be aware of that. Also meeting minutes after that. Then out of the US at 12:30, we have initial jobless claims. So remember, jobless numbers are very much under focus until inflation calms down. So the market is more sensitive about them than they ordinarily would be when inflation is under the microscope, okay? And then new home sales at 2 o'clock today. And the number is expected to drop. So the question is, will it drop be lower than forecasted or not? And so again, that could create some expected volatility on the US dollar. If we have a look at earnings today, not a lot of really big well-known brands, but if I look at everything, I always look at stuff with a market cap of greater than $1 billion. We've got Accenture, we've got Telkom Indonesia. So for those of you familiar with Telkom in South Africa, it's the equivalent of a Vodacom, for example, and if they've obviously got branches elsewhere, so they're Telkom Indonesia. We've got Yamana Gold. And then in dividends, we've got American Vanguard, we've got Fleetwood Bank, ICF International, Prudential Public. So it appears as though for now, there's no such thing as a banking crisis for now. Well, we'll see. Okay, it's not to say that I think there is. I'm saying that it's just something that we'll keep an eye on. And then moving across and talking about what's going on in the chart. So we've pretty much had quite a bit of dollar weakness. We've seen euro dollar still looks good. It looks like it's heading higher today. We've got GBP heading higher, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar heading higher. We've got dollar yen heading lower. And that is likely to be the case. Just be aware that if we get to something big, but actually it doesn't look like there's anything major for the US dollar today. If I have a look at crude oil has been is retracing back up within a downtrend. So it's going to be interesting to see where if that finishes lower for today. That could be a sign that it's going to finish lower for the week. Moving across and having a look at the indices. So here's the thing, right? If you've been looking at the US indices and you've been looking at equities and you feel that the market has been swinging one way and then another, it's been going up one day, up, down another, and it's all over the place, especially for the last month or so, that really is not just you. If it hasn't been, then that's not your imagination. That has absolutely been the case. The market is still very choppy. It actually had a down day yesterday, and that could be the implication that it's going to head lower for the rest of the week. But at the same time, even this morning, it's pushing back up. It really does want to go. So there's a big battle going on, much more than usual between the bulls and the bears. So exercising extra caution specifically with the US indices and with equities just for now. One of those times to sit on your hands unless you trade other asset classes. So if you traded currencies, there's some good opportunities there. But there's definitely that indecision. I'm just saying that if you're feeling it, you're not imagining it. It is there. So there's a real mixed bag there. Then having a look at bonds, for example, they've pushed up today. They take a little bit of a retracement, but they're just hovering around resistance levels. And then finally wrapping up with cryptos. Cryptos look like they're ready to go again. So they've been really bullish last week. They have a couple of days to retrace. They look quite keen on continuing higher today. Gold as well, for example. Sorry, I left out gold on the list. Gold had a very minor retracement. It looks like it is keen to head higher as well. Yeah, again, that 4-hour chart will give really good indications of which way the market is looking like going. And if you can't get a clear direction on the 4-hour, it's a good indication that probably just avoiding that market for the time being. There we go, ladies and gents. I want to wish you a fantastic day. If I don't see you before the end of the week, have a great weekend, and I will catch you at the next opening bell.